Coco Gauff and Trinity Rodman both send messages to Ben Shelton after he wins the Canadian Open title. Ben Shelton has been rewarded for his efforts of late by lifting a maiden ATP Masters 1000 title in Toronto. After coming through in convincing style against compatriot Taylor Fritz, Shelton recovered from losing the first set to beat Karen Khachanov. Shelton served a whopping 16 aces against the number 11 seed and was clearly delighted to finally get over the line at one of the big Masters events. Shelton hailed Khachanov for his efforts ahead of the final, and the pair did manage to serve up a bit of a Masters Classic in Toronto on Thursday night. World number 6 Shelton was encouraged to copy something Taylor Fritz does before the match, and after claiming the victory, he received some praise. Trinity Rodman and Coco Gauff react as Ben Shelton wins Masters 1000 event. This should have given Shelton the world of confidence ahead of the US Open as he looks to kick on now and win a maiden Grand Slam title. Shelton thinks the landscape of American tennis is changing, and after this memorable victory, he received an emotional message from his partner, Trinity Rodman. She posted on Instagram, "I watch you every day work your A*S off. I see everyone who doubts you. You are so inspirational, and I've never been filled with this much joy. I love you and you are him. On to the next." Gauff didn't post quite as much in the way of words and merely shared a message on his Instagram story, which read, "Big time. Shelton will be a dangerous opponent at the US Open. Shelton knows what it takes to get to the last four at Flushing Meadows, having achieved that feat in 2023, and he will be going for glory this time around." The 22-year-old reached the quarterfinal at Wimbledon, and that run will be something he takes heart from going into the final major of the year. Shelton is a popular player on the tour, and over the last 12 months, he showcased that he has what it takes to end America's wait for a Grand Slam champion after far too many years. The player is now up to number 6 in the world rankings, and on current form, it will take a very dominant display to stop him from making the latter stages of the US Open. It was a dazzling Sunday afternoon in Montreal when Ben Shelton, the electric lefty from Atlanta, stood on the baseline with tears in his eyes and a trophy in his hands. The 2025 Canadian Open champion had just completed the biggest victory of his career, defeating a top 5 seed in a thrilling 3-set final. The crowd roared, the cameras flashed, and the tennis world stood still. For a moment, the future had arrived. But as the confetti fell, the victory resonated far beyond the court. From Florida to California, 2 of America's most exciting young athletes, Coco Gauff and Trinity Rodman, were quick to light up social media with messages that were as powerful as they were personal. Speech balloon, Ben, that was different. You didn't just win, you announced yourself. Proud doesn't even begin to cover it. Coco Gauff. The reigning US Open champion and Olympic gold medalist Coco Gauff wasted no time in taking to Instagram, where she posted a photo of Shelton holding the Canadian Open trophy alongside a clip of his rocket serve from match point. But it was her caption that struck fans the hardest, raw, real, and full of admiration. Gauff and Shelton have often been seen at events together, trading smiles and support as the rising stars of American tennis. But this message carried more weight. It was one competitor recognizing another, not just for skill, but for resilience. Later in the press area, Coco elaborated. Ben's always had the tools, the serve, the swagger, the big energy. But today he put it all together, mentally and physically. I texted him right after and just said, "Welcome to the big league, but also, you built your own league." They've both faced doubters. They've both been told to wait their turn. But now they're redefining what it means to arrive. Soccer ball, no one plays with joy like Ben. He reminds me why I love the game. Congrats, King. Trinity Rodman. Across the sports spectrum, another prodigy was watching. Trinity Rodman, U.S. soccer's explosive forward and face of the new generation, also joined the chorus. After a weekend match with the national team, she posted a short video of Shelton's jumping celebration and wrote on X, "No one plays with joy like Ben. He reminds me why I love the game. Congrats, King." It was short, but it carried thunder. Rodman, known for her passion and expressive play, saw in Shelton a kindred spirit, an athlete who brings emotion to every moment. She later added in a follow-up story, "He doesn't just hit aces, he hits hearts. Watching Ben win today felt like watching art. We need more of that." The comment section lit up instantly. Gauff, Rodman, and Shelton, America's new big 3, one fan wrote. Another added, "That's what happens when Gen Z runs the show." Brain the cultural shift. More than just a tournament win, Shelton's victory sparked a cultural wave. He's part of a new wave of athletes who are as comfortable on TikTok as they are on the court, unafraid to wear bright colors, throw down monster serves, or shout into the crowd. His tennis is powerful, but his personality is magnetic. Gauff and Rodman know that world all too well. They've faced the weight of expectation, the challenge of being black athletes in traditionally white-dominated sports, and the pressure to win now. Their public support wasn't just about celebrating a win. It was about affirming a movement. Microphone Ben Shelton responds. Later that evening, Shelton returned the love during his victory press conference. With the trophy beside him, and a grin that never seemed to fade, he addressed the messages. Seen Coco's post? Man, I've looked up to her work ethic for a long time. And Trinity? That's real love. We've all come up at the same time, grinding in our own lanes, but we've always rooted for each other. That's what makes this special. This wins for all of us. He paused, then added with a laugh. Next time, I expect courtside seats at one of Trinity's games and maybe a hitting session with Coco, although I'll probably get smoked. Camera with flash a moment that resonates. By nightfall, a fan edit featuring Shelton's win, Gauff's serve, and Rodman's goal celebration had already gone viral, set to Kendrick Lamar's DNA. It captured more than just athletic feats. It captured a generation stepping into the light with style, unity, and unapologetic excellence. The trio represents more than talent. They represent freedom, freedom to be bold, to be loud, to celebrate victories with color and culture. And in doing so, they've become icons for a new kind of athlete. Memo final thoughts. In the aftermath of Shelton's unforgettable triumph, what echoed louder than any serve was the sense of shared pride from Coco Gauff and Trinity Rodman. These weren't just congratulatory messages, they were rallying cries from one trailblazer to another. As tennis shifts toward the future, it's clear that the next era of sport won't just be about who wins the most titles. It'll be about who shapes the game, who inspires the culture, and who lifts each other up. And on this day in Montreal, Ben Shelton didn't just lift a trophy, he lifted a generation with him.